Hi everybody, Azita Sach here. Hope you're doing well, and today's video is the continuation of attachment styles in children and also your own attachment style. I will go over the insecure attachment, that there are two versions of it, and also I will go over how to identify what kind of a child you have and also what to do if you have a child who is insecurely attached. Very briefly, I tell you, we have different versions of attachment: secure attachment, which is our goal, insecure attachment, and what was the other one? Disorganized attachment. Now, insecure attachment also has two versions: ambivalent attachment and avoidant attachment. Now, first I'm going to tell you about the ambivalent attachment, which is the child is constantly anxious. So if you have an anxious child, it means your child is insecure in an ambivalent form. And if you leave and the child has extremely difficult time to let go and expresses a lot of anxieties, shouts and screams, and consoles very hardly, basically cannot calm down and relax for a long time after you left, and when you come back still shows signs of dysregulation, some signs of anxiety, and clings to you very hardly, this child is ambivalently attached. Now, the child that is attached in an avoidant format is the child that does not show any emotions, as if nothing bothers her, as if there is no need, she doesn't have any need. She appears as a very independent person, but it's a fake independence because she's hurting inside. She has suppressed all her feelings and has decided not to have any needs. This child, the reason for her to develop this kind of an attachment is the parent was not available and neglectful and negligent to the child's need. So whenever the child had any need, the parent basically closed the door, didn't want to see it, didn't want to hear it, and basically avoided. So the child learns that my emotions are not going to be met, understood, and my needs are not going to be met either. So therefore, let me just cut it, make myself not have any needs because I don't want to have disappointment. So this child kills everything inside and appears as quite independent. They have when they grow up, they have extremely difficult time in connecting with other adults, with peers, with spouses, with friends. They stay very superficial, they don't show emotions, they don't go deep in any kind of a relationship, and they are extremely independent and as if they have no needs. They have very difficult time ask for help, and they torture themselves to do whatever and not to ask for help. And insecure attachments, as I said, they are constantly anxious. They grow up as such. They would have very difficult time making decisions because they don't know if the decision is right or wrong. And also they can't trust their feelings. Is it the right feeling I have or not a right feeling I have? They are quite ambivalent. And in fact, they are very dependent because they can't make any decisions and they wait for others to make decisions for them. Now, let me see what else did I want to say. So how to help these insecure attachments to become secure attachment. By the way, I just want to say something about secure attachment is the child, when the parent leaves, the child gets anxious. Not that it doesn't get anxious, because if it doesn't or she doesn't, then it's not attached securely either. So gets anxious but calms down easy And when the parent comes, hugs the parent, show affection. This kind of a child grows to be very powerful, has very easy time transitioning between things, is a very good problem solver, is not clingy, and when she's, for instance, at school, she is not worried that this person is going to like her or that person is not going to like her. She knows that she's likable. She problem solves efficiently and she asks for help appropriately. So there is a very nice balance between I want help, I need help, and I can do things myself. And that's the sign of being securely attached. Now, how to develop and help a child who is insecurely attached to be securely attached. For ambivalence attachment, please make sure that you are available constantly. If you have difficulty regulating your feelings, sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're sad, sometimes you give love, sometimes you don't give love, make sure you have that understanding about yourself. And if you are like that, if there is a possibility that you're not emotionally available at the time, you're angry or sad yourself, and you might be very inappropriate with your child, practice to say, I'm very, very upset right now. I want to hear what you have to say and I want to hear what you need right now. But give me some time to calm down and I'm going to be there for you. So that's one way. If you are shifting between emotions constantly, one time you're good, one time you're not good. Create predictability as much as possible. The more predictable the environment of your child is, the more secure he or she would feel. Now, predictability sometimes is difficult, but you can start small and expand. Now, if you want to leave, you make it predictable for the child, you assure the child you come back, and provide all the transitions that are needed for the child to feel safe. You give your child something to hold on to it, like something that smells like you, feels good, and gives some kind of at least temporary safety for the child. Now, some parents would say, well, if I want to leave, my child is going to go crazy, is going to cling to me, and I won't be able to do anything. That is a sign for you that your child is extremely, extremely insecure and needs to heal. So how do you heal the child? You create small instances. For instance, you go to a clingy children, don't even let the parent go to another room. So for instance, you go to the kitchen, your child comes with you. You allow the child to be there, you allow her to be there, and then gradually you introduce predictability. You tell the child, I'm going to go to the living room, which the child has actually an opportunity to see you visually, and I will be back. You go you make this very quick and short in time. So you don't go and don't come back. You go, you quickly come back. The child would understand after a while, my mom is going to be back. Is predictable. Then you increase the time in between. So for instance, if you leave for 2 minutes, you increase it to 5 minutes and you come back. You promise you're coming back 5 minutes. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, another room, and then expand it to room and the backyard, and you go and come back. So the same time frame, you increase gradually, space you increase gradually. You create predictability, and also you create routine. When you have routine, then the child knows that it's predictable. I will know what's coming, and therefore it creates a secure attachment. Now, if you have an avoidant child, tiny bit more difficult, because my dear parents, you need to get help and understand why you deny your child's feelings. Your child needs to be able to express feelings. Your child's needs should be met in timely manner. If your child is avoidant, it means you dismissed it. Now, the solution for that is, if you are capable yourself, if not, please ask for professional help. But if it's possible for you, you allow the child to express. You are sad, you're upset, come here, let me hug you. It is important. It doesn't matter that this is the 100th times that you're sad. I'm not gonna bang it on your head that why aren't you getting better. It's okay, come here, I want to hear you. Apparently I never heard you before and I'm so sorry. Come, let me hear you, let me hug you, let me hold you. You're angry, tell me what's going on. It's important for me. There must be a good reason that you're angry. Now again, if you're not available emotionally, promise the child you're gonna come. If you're not available emotionally, ask for another adult to come and help the child express. That means to the child that there is someone who's gonna come to my rescue, provide the needs for me. Like for instance, also if you're hungry, if the child is hungry, oh, I just fed you something. You know, you can't be hungry. Your hunger is gonna be met in 3 hours. Please don't do that. The need should be met. Now, if you need to train your child for having a routine, that's a different story. But if your child is not showing any emotion needs, it means that your child needs tremendous amount of help and support for her wounds to heal. And again, I mentioned, if you can't do it, ask for someone else who can. Your child, as long as there is someone who can provide this predictability and allowing expression, your child can develop secure attachment. I hope this video is helpful for you. I am on Instagram live under my name, Azita Sach, Monday mornings, 11 o'clock Los Angeles time. You can come and ask any questions you have that is specific to your situation. Be well, and I hope this was useful for you, and I see you on next video. Bye.